Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 473.
On Now You Know. So Bloomberg is reporting that, quote, Tesla this week operated a test vehicle on public roads in Austin with no one in the driver's seat for the first time. A Tesla engineer was riding in a passenger seat of a Model Y, which drove autonomously with no remote operation.
Nice.
Bloomberg is also reporting that Thursday, June 12th, will be the starting day for Tesla's Robotaxi in Austin, Texas.
This is historic. I can't wait to watch Robotaxis, cars driven with cameras and computers, no LiDAR. They're going to be picking up passengers. This is so exciting.
Roll out!
Yeah, and Elon just said minutes ago, for the past several days, Tesla has been testing self-driving Model Y cars, no one in the driver's seat, on Austin public streets with no incidents. A month ahead of schedule. Next month, full self-delivery from factory to customer.
Is that everywhere in the United States?
I don't think so. It's probably just Austin.
It'll deliver itself to Hawaii?
Maybe Palo Alto and Austin. I don't know. So the Kilowatt spotted a new refreshed Model X out being tested on the roads of California and said,
"New factory blue coming soon to a Model X near you." But how do they know that this isn't just a wrap or a custom paint job?
They said, if you know what you're looking for, you know that this is factory paint and not a wrap. So I guess they know what they're looking for.
Okay, so what else is new about the refreshed Model S and X?
Well, a bunch of refreshed Model S's and X's have been spotted driving around in California, and so far, what has been noticed is a front bumper camera, new 20-inch wheels, and a new interior light strip. Lars Moravi, Tesla's VP of Engineering, did say that the S and X would be getting some love before the end of the year.
So comment down below when you think the new refreshed Model S and X will be announced.
So Tesla iPhone users are going to get a new feature soon that will only be available to iPhone users. It's called Live Updates, which is an iPhone feature that allows iPhone users to track the progress of tasks while they're using other apps. Tesla will now allow iPhone users to do this for supercharging. So their supercharging updates will show the current state of charge, the time remaining, and the price of the current session on the dynamic island. iPhone users will need iOS 17.2 or newer to use this feature.
So this is not coming to Android users?
I don't think so, because I don't think Android phones have this live updates feature, at least not yet. Sorry.
But you still can use your app. Don't we got widgets? I mean, I have a widget, right?
All right.
I got a widget. Don't worry about me. I don't need none of them newfangled iPhones.
All right, let's see what's going on at the Tesla Semi factory in Nevada. Zangler posted, assemble these parts and you have the beginning of a Tesla Semi.
I can't wait for the Semi factory to get to full production of 50,000 semis per year.
And Tesla's over-the-air software update 2025.14.12 is going to have the new feature we reported on a few weeks back called Child Left Alone Detection.
It uses the interior radar to detect if you left a child in the car. And then it will enable your Tesla to flash its lights, play an alert tone, and send a notification to your app if an unattended child is detected in your car.
It's coming to the new Model 3, so the mid-2023 and later, in Europe initially, and then other models in regions after that, because Kevin was left at home when they went to Europe, so I guess that's why they're doing it.
But he was back in Chicago.
That's true.
In the movie. So, you know, when you take a typical test drive at a traditional dealership and it's like too short to really get to know the car, but also too long because you have to hang out with the dealer the whole time.
Try the windshield wiper button. Or like usually driving around that part of town that the car dealership is in that's not familiar to you. So you spend most of the test drive just trying to pay attention to the road and the directions.
Wouldn't it be great if you could try out the new car for a couple days to really get to know it?
Well, now you can. So Tesla now allows anyone in the US to schedule a 48-hour test drive directly online with the new Model Y or the new Model 3.
And I'm hearing online that Cybertrucks are available in many areas as well, although the demand is very high. And I've also heard that Tesla doesn't tell you that you're not going to get a Cybertruck if you go there. So you might be stuck with a Model Y. You never know.
So just go online to tesla.com/drive to book your demo drive.
The FBI formed a domestic terrorism task force to investigate attacks on Tesla.
But depending on where you get your news, you might not have heard about this.
Out of hundreds of reporting sources Ground News analyzed, barely any are coming from more liberal outlets.
And if they are, they're shifting the focus to President Trump. But with a quick scroll, we easily found reporting calling for the violence to settle down.
This is the kind of partisan spin that fuels public division.
When news is filtered through political lenses, you don't get the truth. You get outrage and misguided attacks on innocent Tesla owners.
Especially when it comes to someone as polarizing as Elon Musk, there's only going to be more spin, more outrage, and more violence unless we have reliable sources of information.
That's exactly why we keep partnering with Ground News. It's an app and website that doesn't just show you the most important stories of our time. They show you the bias, credibility, and financial interests driving the different narratives.
Ground News was founded by a former NASA engineer with one mission in mind: to help people break free from the echo chambers and see the full picture. And we just knew that our viewers would love what they've built.
From their interest feeds that help us track developments on the stories that we bring you guys, to their blind spot feed that surfaces other important stories one side of the spectrum is missing or ignoring. Ground News has truly become a better, smarter version of the doom scrolling we were already doing.
Which is why we got our viewers 40% off the same unlimited access Vantage plan we've been using every day. That's just $5 a month for clarity and context when you go to ground.news/NYK or scan the QR code.
Thank you to Ground News for sponsoring us and helping us stay curious, think critically, and stay grounded. And we know it'll do the same for you. So the Financial Times, going for yet another FUD story, has reported that the Lay County Pension Fund is demanding that Elon work 40 hours a week at Tesla.
Yeah, Elon, stop trying to save our republic and stop wasting your time developing Neuralink chips that will allow paralyzed people to live better lives. I mean, really, Tesla hasn't been able to do anything meaningful since you haven't been working 40 hours a week.
So get back to your corner office and start signing some paperwork and having some meetings. I like Tesla's posted, it's funny we have investors demanding Elon work a certain amount of hours per week when we haven't even paid him to do so since 2018. You gotta have some nerve.
And Elon said, indeed, sigh.
All right, it's time for some SpaceX news.
Starship Flight 9 launched on Tuesday.
I get goosebumps every time. Here is a cool infographic from Space Doer about the mission goals.
Starship reached orbit successfully, but then a propellant tank leak caused Starship to lose attitude control and the spacecraft broke apart before SpaceX could attempt the Pez dispenser move and the landing in the Indian Ocean.
Super Heavy Booster 14, which had flown and landed before, failed its landing burn and exploded midair during its landing attempt.
SpaceX was testing new metallic heat tiles with methane transpiration cooling on this flight.
Elon said by far the most important thing was the re-entry portion.
And while it's easy for many people to mock SpaceX for not having a perfect mission,
let's see, CBS. What we know about SpaceX Starship's failed test flight. Well, let's find another. New York Times. Breakup of SpaceX's Starship rocket disrupts Florida airports. Well, and my personal favorite from Business Insider, Starship fumbled its third flight in a row. It's another setback for Elon Musk.
it's important to keep in mind that the point of these missions is to learn and improve. And one of the best ways to learn is to keep launching and learning from the failures.
And it's important to remember that there were lots of successes during this mission.
Ship engine cut off.
There we go. As you heard there by the call out and from the crowd behind us, Starship's 6 Raptor engines have successfully shut down. We heard a call out for nominal orbital insertion, which is incredible. Look at these views, Dan.
Elon posted, Starship made it to the scheduled ship engine cutoff, so big improvement over last flight. Also, no significant loss of heat shield tiles during ascent. Leaks caused loss of main tank pressure during the coast and re-entry phase. Lots of good data to review. Launch cadence for the next 3 flights will be faster at approximately 1 every 3 to 4 weeks.
And, people are going to be like, oh, things blew up. Right. That's kind of SpaceX's thing.
Right.
For example, the booster, they were trying a higher angle of attack to basically see what the limits were. You know how you don't know what the limits are until you hit them? Well, isn't it nice that since this was a test flight and SpaceX didn't need this booster anymore since they're making improvements so rapidly?
Just a little push.
You see what the limit is, and then it blows up, and you go, oh, well, that's the limit. Let's try not to hit that next time.
Starbase Surfer posted 35 tiles.
And speaking of heat tiles, you can see SpaceX has to cover the Starship protruding catch pins with heat shield tiles, and solving the heat shield tile problem has been a challenge.
Yeah, Elon has been batting around different ideas like giant steel dragon wings would be sick. He said, but we need a heat shield that can handle Mars atmospheric entry conditions with a heavy payload, so the ballistic coefficient will necessarily be high. Steel is unfortunately hopeless. No one has ever made a truly reusable orbital heat shield, so this is an extremely tough problem. As you know, the shuttle shields required extensive rework between flights. It will take many more design iterations for SpaceX to make the shield work well. We had to build the entire supply chain from glass and alumina to finished tiles, which is why the SpaceX heat shield factory at the Cape is shockingly enormous. As Elon told our friend Eric Berger, reporter for Ars Technica before the flight, these launches are all about data. The most important thing is data on how to improve the tile design. So it's basically data during the high heating re-entry phase in order to improve the tiles for the next iteration. So we've got like a dozen or more tile experiments. We're trying different coatings on tiles. We're trying different fabrication techniques, different attachment techniques. We're varying the gap filler for the tiles. And also we want to make sure that we've solved the issues that caused the explosion in the last two flights in the upper stage engine bay.
We also learned from Eric's interview with Elon that we can expect the Raptor 3 engine to debut on a Starship flight before the end of the year.
Well, that's super exciting. Now, we didn't get the Elon multiplanetary talk that Elon said would happen at 1 p.m. on Tuesday.
Elon posted this talk is postponed until after the Starship Flight 9 launch tonight, which he said before the Starship launch. But the rescheduled talk that he said would happen after 9 after the launch on Tuesday didn't happen either.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that has been postponed. As soon as we learn anything, we'll let you know.
But if you're wondering if Elon will make it to Mars, I just want to remind everyone that Jim Cramer said this 2 years ago.
Elon Musk will never make it to Mars.
So Doge Designer says Mars confirmed, and Elon laughed.
We did get a new 2-minute video from SpaceX about Super Heavy, and we'll be sharing that video and discussing it on Patreon bonus stories today. So please join us on Patreon for that.
Come on, what are you waiting for? It's just $1 a month.
But you know what? It doesn't matter because Medium reporter Will Lockett reported that Starship will simply never work.
And ABC News said after 8 previous failed missions, SpaceX has scheduled the unmanned 9th test flight of Starship. Wow. Even when I'm prepared for the media bias, I'm still like, are we living in 1984?
You there. Yes, you. Are you questioning Big Brother? SpaceX has always been a failing company. It is a thought crime to say otherwise. You must be reprogrammed.
Yeah, it's really insane. These are test flights. We didn't have, a special...
No, it's a failure.
We didn't even have...
It was supposed to make it to Mars.
They didn't even put real Starlink satellites on it because they knew there was a good chance that it was going to blow up.
See, you just admitted it.
So it's like we didn't have the king of Denmark on these launches, and we're like,
we have the king of Denmark on the launch.
Please, I hate the media. It's like, do you guys not get that this is all a test for the most important rocket that will ever fly?
Blue Origin.
Oh my God, it's so infuriating that they're doing this because it's just FUD.
This is why Katy Perry didn't fly on it.
It's utterly incomprehensible swivel that they're actually putting out there. It's so disgusting that they will just lie like this.
I know.
It's like, I mean, sure, there could be a more successful test flight, but honestly, like Elon said, it's all about the data. So when something blows up, you go, oh, good, we've learned something.
All right, it's time for Into the Future, sponsored by our friends at Henson Shaving.
Here it is, the Henson Razor. If you want to get yours, you can head over to hensonshaving.com, use our code NOW when you check out, and you get a box of 100 blades for free.
Escape into the future.
So Alset posted some Tesla Hollywood diner updates.
Come on, open up already. I want my Franz fries.
And my Musk milkshake delivered to me by a rolling skating Optimus. All right, it's time for our Patreon bonus stories. But before we head over there, as if Patreon bonus stories weren't enough of us showing how much we love our patrons, Jesse and I were talking the other day, and we were like, we should do another giveaway to our patrons.
So, if you would like to win a brand new Tesla Model Y frunk cooler, just go to our Patreon Model Y frunk cooler post over on Patreon and comment there.
We will pick one lucky winner at random, and you could be enjoying the summer with this cooler.
You can join our Patreon for just $1 a month.
All right, let's go do the stories. There's a lot today. All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. It's time for Elon's X's of the Week. So Bowtied Broke posted, the amount of people I've met that don't realize the U.S. interstate road system is in numerical order is mind-blowing. Figured this was common knowledge, but if you don't know, here you go.
Elon said, thank goodness this highway system was done. Greatly improved transportation in America. Thanks, Eisenhower.
I know. Doge designer says, breaking, Doge removed 12 million people over 120 years old from Social Security database.
Elon said, major reduction in fraud. The fake is alive Social Security number flag was being used to steal money from every government program.
What's going to happen to all those 120-year-olds? Elon Musk posted, Kardashev won, or you're not even trying. And he said, giant rocket down by the river next to the highway. Sure sounds implausible. Yeet said, Asmongold says he's been in contact with people at Twitter X Streaming, is willing to help them change their entire UI platform and stream there for a month for free. Says he would stream on X for 20 hours a week. Thinks it would take anywhere from $30 to $50 million to complete.
And Elon says, okay, let's give it a shot.
Wait, they're going to become a streaming platform?
So
like
he's
gaming, streaming, like Twitch?
You have one of the most popular Twitch streamers saying that he's going to help you develop the platform. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Pavel Durov says this summer Telegram users will gain access to the best AI technology on the market. Elon Musk and I have agreed to a 1-year partnership to bring xAI's Grok to our billion-plus users and integrate it across all of Telegram's apps. Together we win.
And then Elon posted, no deal has been signed.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Elon said, as my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. And then he posted this meme, jargon. Now, Elon is a bit upset with the big, beautiful bill. It would appear, he said, there is no change to tax incentives for oil and gas, just EV solar. Yeah, he wants kind of fair treatment to all subsidies. And we're going to be talking about that on Patreon bonus stories this week. All right, it's time for Supercharger Reviews. Let's see what you guys have found out there in the world.
Good morning, Zach and Jesse. I'm here at the latest Supercharger location in the Denver metro area. It's in North Glen, north of downtown. It does have V3 250 kilowatt superchargers, 16 stalls. It's gonna be hard to tell, but we'll get up here close to it. What is unique about these, it's the first location in Denver with a magic dock. Can't really tell, but if you can see with the big dealio, it's a magic dock. But here's what I really like about this location. It's also the first location in Denver that has a pull-through stall, which you're gonna see right here. Pull-through stall, and it's in the Lowe's parking lot. So not only can you pull your truck in with a trailer, hook up, go in and get your stuff while you're charging. It could be a Cybertruck, it could be a Model Y, it could be any other North American charging standard vehicle because it does have the magic dock, and it is located conveniently basically in a shopping mall with lots of restaurants if you want to do shopping, that sort of thing. So at this location, I give this Supercharger 11 out of 10 because of the pull-through, the magic dock, and its location to Lowe's. Now you know.
Hey, Zach and Jesse, this is Scott coming to you from the 12-stall Supercharger in Mountain View, North Carolina, version 3, 250 kilowatts. Located pretty well just to the south of Hickory near the intersection of I-40 and 321. So like if you're going, say, 321 up to the mountains, Boone, Blowing Rock, that area, this is going to be your last Supercharger before you hit Boone. Amenities, we've got a little shopping center here. It's got a grocery store. That'll give you everything you need for a quick stop. Also a Chinese restaurant down there. And if you want more, selection for restaurants or something than what's in the immediate area, plenty of stuff down the way here, say within a mile or so in Mountain View. So 7 out of 10 on this one. I'm going to give this a 7. And also want to do a shout out to you both and your team. You guys make the best show for EVs and content of what's going on in the auto industry. It's our favorite show, so keep up the great work. And now you know.
Thanks so much for doing Supercharger Reviews. We have a map on our website where you can upload your own and check everybody else's out. So head on over there if you're interested. And thank you so much for joining us today.
We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Now you know.